Sometimes, the people you care about the most are the very ones slowing down your growth, not always out of malice, but because they no longer fit the version of you that Allah is shaping. It's easy to ignore the quiet signs, the uneasiness, the drained energy, the lack of peace. But those are not just coincidences, they're messages from your heart and from your Creator. In this video, we'll explore 5 powerful signs that Allah may be showing you to walk away from certain people, not to punish you, but to protect your soul, to elevate your journey, and to make room for something far better. If you've been feeling confused, exhausted, or unsettled in certain relationships, this might be exactly what you need to hear. Because sometimes, the greatest act of faith is not holding on, it's knowing when to let go. 1. They turn away. When you speak about faith, sometimes in life, we find ourselves surrounded by people who seem friendly, cheerful, and fun to be around. But when you bring up anything about your faith, whether it's a hadith, a verse from the Quran, or even a small reminder about prayer or modesty, they immediately grow quiet or change the subject. You start noticing that every time you talk about Islam, the atmosphere becomes awkward. They may smile politely, but you can feel it in your heart. They're not interested. And this is not something to ignore. It could be one of the strongest signs that Allah is guiding you to see their true colors. Faith should never be something you have to hide or shrink to make others feel comfortable. If your words about Islam are too serious or boring to someone who calls themselves your friend, then what kind of friendship is it? A real friend supports your connection with Allah. A real friend becomes more interested when you speak about goodness, not less. If someone's heart turns cold when the name of Allah is mentioned, then their heart is distant from what truly matters. And Allah, in His wisdom, begins to show you that this person may not be good for your soul. It might hurt at first. You might feel lonely when people begin to leave or distance themselves. You might wonder if you're becoming too extreme or too different. But the truth is, this is not extremism. It is clarity. And clarity is a gift. Allah is making it clear who truly stands by you, not just in good times, but in truth. He is separating the ones who walk with you on the path of light from those who only want to keep you in the shadows. When Allah wants to guide someone, He plants the seed of faith in their heart, and He surrounds them with people who water that seed. But if there are people in your life who constantly try to block that growth, who make you feel guilty for becoming more religious, who tease you for praying or wearing modest clothes, who call your reminders too much, then those are not friends. They are distractions. And sometimes, the most merciful thing Allah can do for you is to remove distractions from your life. You were not born to please people. You were born to worship Allah. And if your efforts to get closer to Him are making others uncomfortable, let them go. You are not responsible for how they react. You are only responsible for the truth you carry. And the truth is, faith is a light. Not everyone will want to walk with you when you carry it, but that light is still worth carrying, even if you must walk alone. So be proud of your deen, speak about it openly, and never lower your light to make others feel comfortable in their darkness. When Allah removes people who reject your growth, it's because He's preparing to bring people who will help you grow stronger, people who will listen when you speak about faith, people who will remind you of prayer, people who will sit beside you and say, "Let's make dua together." Let go of what Allah is removing and trust that something better is coming. Because when you choose Allah over people, Allah sends the right people to stand by you. That is His promise, and He never breaks His promises. 2. They talk about you behind your back. There's no pain quite like the pain of discovering that someone you trusted, someone you laughed with, confided in, and loved, was secretly speaking badly about you when you weren't around. It shakes your soul. It makes you question your own judgment. You think to yourself, how could they smile in my face and then poison my name behind it? It feels like betrayal, and it is. But more importantly, it's not just about what they did, it's about what Allah is showing you through it. When someone talks about you behind your back and Allah allows you to find out, it's not just a coincidence, it's a divine message. It's a lesson. It's protection. Allah is lifting the veil from your eyes. He is letting you see the truth that you could not see before. And although it hurts, it is a form of mercy. Because without that exposure, you may have continued trusting someone who didn't deserve your trust. Many times, People can hide their true intentions with kind words, sweet gestures, and fake concern. But they cannot hide their hearts from Allah. And when your heart becomes clean, when your intentions are pure, and when your prayers become sincere, Allah begins to expose who's real and who's not. He begins to clear the path for you. He shows you that not everyone who is close to you is good for your soul. A person who speaks badly about you when you're not there does not fear Allah. They are more concerned about entertaining others than protecting your honor. But Islam teaches us that honor is sacred. It teaches us that speaking behind someone's back, even if it's true, is a major sin. That's how serious it is. It's normal to feel angry or disappointed when people gossip about you. But instead of letting that bitterness stay in your heart, turn to Allah. Say, Ya Allah, thank you for protecting me from people who smile in front of me but stab me in the back. Use that pain to purify your relationship with Allah. Let it bring you closer to Him. Sometimes the people who talk behind your back are the ones you help the most. They are the ones who were around during your vulnerable moments. And it hurts deeply because you shared your truth with them. But here is something beautiful to remember. When people talk behind your back, Allah raises your status in front of the angels. When people try to destroy your name in secret, Allah honors you in places they cannot reach. Do not waste your time trying to defend yourself. Do not lower your dignity by fighting back with words. Your silence, your patience, and your trust in Allah will speak louder than anything else. Let them talk. Let them gossip. Let them spread lies or mock your truth. Because when Allah is your defender, no one can harm your honor. And remember this, your value does not decrease because someone fails to see it. The real loss is theirs, not yours. They traded the beauty of trust for the temporary thrill of gossip, and in doing so, they removed themselves from your life. That's not rejection, that's a gift. So move forward with peace in your heart, wish them well from a distance, and thank Allah for showing you their reality. Because once you stop trying to hold on to people that Allah is removing, your life begins to feel lighter. And the people who remain, those who defend you in your absence, who speak well of you when you're not around, those are the people you keep close. Those are the friends you make dua for. They disappear. When you're in need, one of the hardest truths you may face in life is this: not everyone who laughs with you will cry with you. Not everyone who enjoys your company in good times will stand by you in the storm. Sometimes, the people you thought would never leave are the first to vanish when you need them the most. And when that happens, it hurts, not just because they're gone, but because you believed they truly cared. But what if their disappearance is not a tragedy, but a lesson? What if it is Allah showing you something greater? When you're going through difficulty, whether it's financial trouble, sickness, heartbreak, or just moments of emotional exhaustion, you start to see people's real faces. The fake smiles fade. The silence gets louder. The phone stops ringing. Suddenly, the ones who once said, "I'm always here for you," are nowhere to be found. But don't let this break you. Don't let it make you bitter. Because what's really happening is that Allah is removing the false support so you can learn to lean fully on Him. Yes, it's painful to realize that someone only stayed when your life was comfortable. But that realization is a form of purification. You are being purified from empty friendships and weak connections. Because the love that is based on benefit is not love. It's a transaction. And when the benefit ends, so does the bond. But the love that stays when you're down, when you have nothing to offer, now that is true. And sometimes, the only way to see the difference is to experience both. Allah knows your heart. He sees your tears. He watches how people treat you when you're vulnerable. And in those moments when no one picks up the phone, when no one checks on you, when no one even says, "How are you holding up?" remember, you are never alone. Allah is closer to you than anyone ever could be. So when people leave during your hardest moments, don't chase them. Don't beg them to stay. Let them go with grace. Thank Allah for the clarity. For now you know who is truly with you. Now you know who deserves to stay in your life. And more than anything, now you know where your strength truly comes from. Not from friends or family, but from the one who never sleeps, never forgets, never ignores. Every difficulty is a doorway to something greater. And often, Allah keeps that door hidden behind pain so that you dig deeper, so that you stop relying on weak human support and instead fall into His mercy. And that's where healing begins. That's where peace flows. not from being surrounded by many people, but from being held by the one who created them all. Real friendship shows up when things fall apart, but fake friendship fades quietly and leaves you wondering why you ever trusted in the first place. Don't let it harden your heart. Let it soften your connection with Allah. Use the silence of people to sit longer in sujud. Use their absence to talk more in dua. Turn your disappointment into devotion. The next time someone disappears when you need them, say, Alhamdulillah, not because it felt good, but because now you can build your strength in the right place. And trust this, Allah will never take away without giving better. He may remove 5 who didn't care so He can give you 1 who truly does. That's how His wisdom works. They compete with you, not support you. There is a kind of friendship that feels heavy, even when things seem normal on the outside. You share your goals, your progress, your dreams, and instead of being met with joy, you're met with silence, forced smiles, or quiet comparisons. You notice that when you succeed, they grow distant. When something good happens for you, they fall silent. You feel it in your heart. This isn't love. This is competition. It's a painful realization, because we all want friends who are happy for us, who celebrate our blessings, and who encourage us to keep growing. But sometimes, the people closest to you are not clapping, they are comparing. They may act supportive, but deep down, they feel threatened by your light. And instead of walking with you, they start racing against you. Quietly, secretly, silently. This is one of the clearest signs that Allah is exposing their reality to you. When someone sees your blessings as a threat instead of a joy, it shows what their heart is made of. And sometimes Allah lets you feel that strange tension, not to make you bitter, but to guide you. He is showing you that not everyone who walks beside you is walking with you. When someone starts copying you in everything, not out of admiration, but out of jealousy, it can drain you. You begin to feel like you're in a race you never signed up for. You just wanted to grow, to heal, to move forward. But now, your every step becomes a silent trigger for them. They compete not because you're trying to win, but because they don't want you ahead. And that is not friendship, that is hidden envy. But here's what you must remember. When Allah gives you something, whether it's peace, success, growth, or healing, it's because He chose you for it. And when others can't handle that, it's their problem, not yours. Do not shrink your blessings to keep others comfortable. Do not dim your light so others don't feel overshadowed. What Allah gave you is a trust. You are supposed to protect it, be grateful for it, and grow through it, not hide it for the sake of people who can't celebrate you. Real friends don't compete. They uplift. They push you forward. They share their wins and cheer for yours. They don't feel threatened by your strength. They are inspired by it. And if someone constantly competes with you, constantly tries to do what you're doing, not to support you, but to outshine you, then that's not friendship. That's quiet resentment. You might feel confused. You might think, but we've been friends for years. That's okay. People change. And when Allah begins to elevate your soul, not everyone will rise with you. Some will stay stuck in jealousy. Some will choose comparison over companionship. And when that happens, don't force them to stay. Let them go with love and make space for people who carry sincere hearts. There's no need to argue, no need to prove anything. Your growth, your blessings, your journey, all of it is written by Allah. And no one can take what was meant for you. Keep moving forward with peace. Keep striving in silence. Let your success be a whisper between you and your Lord. And when He raises you, stay humble, stay grateful, stay soft-hearted. When you stop worrying about who's competing with you and start focusing on pleasing Allah, your whole world changes. You stop measuring your worth through people's reactions. You stop seeking approval from those who are secretly hoping you fail. And you start finding peace in what truly matters. So if you feel someone competing with you instead of supporting you, take it as a sign that Allah is clearing your path from people who don't truly want to see you win. And in their place, He will bring the sincere, the ones who make dua for you when you're not around, who feel joy when you succeed, and who walk beside you, not ahead or behind. That is the kind of friendship worth praying for. And that is what Allah will give you when you trust His plan more than the people around you. Your heart no longer feels at peace with them. There are moments in life when your heart begins to whisper things that your mind doesn't fully understand yet. You could be sitting next to someone who used to be your closest friend, but something feels different. You don't feel comfortable anymore. You feel tense. You feel guarded. It's not because they did something obvious. It's something deeper. Something your heart can sense before your eyes can see. That silent discomfort, that heaviness you feel when they walk into the room or speak to you, might just be Allah speaking to you through your own soul. Our hearts are not just organs that beat. They are vessels of light, designed by Allah to carry truth, sincerity, and peace. And when that peace is disturbed in someone's presence, it's not something to ignore. It's a warning, a sign that something has changed, maybe in them, maybe in you. But the bond is no longer pure, and Allah, out of His deep mercy, is making you feel it so you don't fall deeper into something that might harm your soul. There are times when we hold on to people simply because of history. You remember the old memories, the laughter, the moments you both shared. But time doesn't just age people, it reveals them. And when Allah begins to clean your heart, when He starts bringing you closer to Him, He also begins to shift the energy around you. Some people can no longer walk with you because they are no longer in alignment with who you are becoming. And the first place you'll feel that misalignment is in your heart. You'll try to ignore it. You'll tell yourself you're overthinking. You'll even force yourself to stay close, hoping that uncomfortable feeling goes away. But it won't, because that feeling isn't random. It's a signal from Allah. He is pulling you away for a reason. He is showing you gently but clearly that this person might be damaging your peace, your growth, and your faith, even if they don't mean to. So if your heart no longer feels at peace around someone, don't ignore it. Sit with that feeling. Reflect on it. Ask Allah for guidance. Because forcing relationships that drain your soul will only block the blessings that are trying to reach you. You don't have to fight. You don't have to explain. You don't have to hate anyone. Sometimes you just need to quietly let go, not because you're angry, but because your heart is telling you it's time. And trusting that signal, that inner feeling, is one of the most beautiful forms of faith. You are saying, Ya Allah, I don't fully understand, but I trust you. So take a deep breath, let go with grace, and trust that the space you're creating by letting go will soon be filled with something better. Maybe it's new friends. Maybe it's a stronger connection with Allah Himself. Your heart is not lying to you. If it no longer feels at peace, it's because Allah is inviting you to protect your soul. So listen, and walk away not in anger but in trust. At some point, we all face people who pretend to love us but carry envy in their hearts. People who smile with us but talk behind our backs. People who disappear when we're weak but compete when we rise. And in those painful moments, we ask, why Allah? Why did they change? Why did they leave? But maybe, just maybe, they didn't change. Allah simply removed the veil from your eyes, and what felt like heartbreak was actually mercy. What felt like rejection was divine protection. When you feel your heart no longer finds peace in someone's company, don't ignore it. That discomfort may be Allah's way of guiding you toward better company, stronger faith, and deeper self-worth. Because your time, your energy, and your soul are too precious to waste on fake love.